What's up, chat? Welcome back to the Casuals. We have an awesome guest with us here today. I'll give him a little intro. He started with nothing but a road mic in Mumbai back in April. This Australian cricket superfan took a leap of faith to try something new, creating social media cricket content. His dedication paid off in a big way as he went on to experience the World Cup in the Caribbean and even fulfilled a childhood dream of watching cricket in England. Today he stands as one of Australia's most prominent voices in cricket content creation, inspiring fans across the globe with his creativity and love of the game. Joining us live from Perth, please welcome Jake Jennings. Jeakings! Jake Jeakings.
Butchered.
How do you like the intro? How did you like the
Very
intro?
good.
Yeah?
Thank you guys. Thank you for the warm welcome. Very good. I feel very humbled. You know, you've actually summed it up to a T right there. I don't know how you got that information, but that is very, very impressive.
We got everything besides your name right.
Yeah. Jennings. Yeah.
Jeakings.
A lot of people get confused by the surname, actually.
Yeah, we should just call him
Yes,
Jake
Jeakings.
Jake Curran.
Jake Curran, yeah.
Because
The
he looks like
fourth
him
brother.
so
Jake
much.
Curran. I get that a lot. You'd be surprised how much I get that actually in Australia. I thought it was just India
Mhm.
where I get, you know, you look like Sam Curran. Or do you know who Sam Curran is? But in Australia recently, I had someone at my work call me, you know, you look like a lot like Sam Curran. I'm like, oh, really? Thank you, guys. Thank you.
When are you getting that mullet that he had?
Oh, when am I getting the mullet? I've gone with like the fade. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a fade mullet. I don't know if you can see very clearly. So it's like resemblance. But the funny thing is, we had the same haircut when I first went over to India, and I had to be honest, I had no idea who Sam Curran really was. And well, I got to know it real quick, didn't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've kind of similar with the hairstyles. That's but I've always had this hairstyle, so it's not like I'm copying him or anything. This is my hairstyle, so yeah.
Were you getting asked for a lot of autographs? Like, were people coming up to you and being like, "Hey, that's Sam Curran, give me an autograph"? In India?
Oh, well, I've got this insane story, and it's like beggars belief, really, because like you just, I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense what Sam Curran would be doing,
Mm-hmm.
sitting at a CSK game in a Sunrise shirt, and people are going, "Sammy, thank you so much for everything you've done. We love you at CSK. Please come back." And I felt really, really guilty because this kid come up with his mum, and I'm with my friend sitting there, and he goes, "You've got to sign this because you're going to make this kid stay." And I'm like, on the inside, I'm screaming like, "I'm not Sam Curran. I'm not." And they go, "No, thank you so much. We know you want to stay undercover and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then this kid comes up with a little texter, and he goes, "Can you sign my shirt?" And I'm like, "You really want my signature? You sure? You sure?" He goes, "Yes, of course." I go, "You know, I'm not Sam." He goes, No. I watched you when you played at CSK." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And this is at Cheapack Stadium as well, by the way. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the stand, just the general public, amongst the crowd, and people are coming up to me for autographs, thinking I'm Sam Curran. And the amount of stories I've got related to Sam Curran, we need like a 3-hour long podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you calling
So,
Indian fans dumb?
No, I'm not calling it that. I think they just want to believe what they want to believe. So if they want it to be Sam Curran, it's gonna be Sam Curran. There's no alternative. If they think I'm Sam Curran, I'm Sam Curran. That's literally just how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's hilarious. I mean, the kid is understandable, but the adults who are coming, no excuses for them.
And I've got to. Yeah. Like I said, we would have to have like a 3-hour, 4-hour long podcast to be able to fit in all my stories related to Sam Curran. Like it's never ending, and they just get worse and worse as we go on.
So we gave a little precursor to how you got into content creation, but can you just tell our listeners what was that first step into content creation and what influenced your decision?
Yeah, well, look, you summed it up pretty well, to be honest, because literally my first ever video, and I'll never forget it, because I was absolutely, I don't know if we can swear or not, but I was absolutely...
You can
No,
swear.
yeah, fuck, shit.
Fuck, shit,
Ben
cunt.
chod,
I know you guys like
Ben
that.
chod, mother chod, muh mele, lund.
Well, I was absolutely shitting myself in Mumbai, and I was going to do it throughout the ODI World Cup, but I was too scared. I'll be honest, I was an absolute chicken. But I first started in Mumbai, and I'll never forget my first video, and it was just going around with like you said, a Rode microphone, and I had one of my friends just on my phone recording, and I go around asking because it was the night before CSK versus Mumbai Indians, where Dhoni hit those 3 sixes. Oh, that was insane.
Oh man.
But it was the night before that, and I was along Marine Drive, and with the waterfront where everyone sits and stuff, and I just decided, Kasaka Mumbai, I'm here, and I'm gonna ask some questions associated with cricket, and that was my first video, and like I think I've come a long way since, but
That requires some balls, man.
It does, and especially a white person who I can't speak a word of Hindi. So if they started I can now, but at that time, my Hindi was limited to like Namaste, Aapka se ho, those types of things.
Yeah.
And if they started like talking to me in Hindi, I'd just be frozen. So no, I started in Mumbai. That was my first ever video. Just going around asking people about cricket, their favourite cricketers, and then it was obviously CSK, what IPL team they supported, who was going to win the IPL. So yeah, that was my first video, and I'd always wanted to do it, like I said, but 2023 World Cup, I was just too scared to go around. Looking back, hindsight's a wonderful thing. I wish I started then, because I probably would have been, maybe twice as big as I am now. Who knows? But I am very privileged with what I do and very grateful.
So before that 2023 World Cup, had you ever been to India?
I had been to India, so I was actually, it was purely by plan. So I did a little bit of a holiday with friends. I went to Bali first, and then I went off to Vietnam, and I got really, really sick in Vietnam. And I'd always wanted to go to the cricket to watch the cricket in India. And I planned to go to that BGT series in 2023. And I had it booked, all planned, because one of my mates was over here, and he's literally the reason. He's taught me everything I know about India. He's been to India 7 times. He's like literally one of my older brothers. His name's James Keating. He's the big bearded guy I'm always with. You might see him on the photos.
Shout out James.
But he told me, shout out to James. Yeah, Chum's absolute legend. Yeah, but he goes, you got to come to India. If you come to India, come to Delhi, come and watch the cricket with me. And I go, okay. But yeah, I was so close to cancelling it, and arguably, because I was so sick in Vietnam, I had this bacterial infection after a street food tour. Oh, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
What food gets you more sick?
I was so close.
Sorry to cut you off. What food gets you more sick? Vietnam or India?
Vietnamese by far.
But what an insane decision. Like, okay, I'm getting sick with Vietnamese food. Let me go to India.
Well, it was weird because I planned to go to India, but because I got sick in Vietnam, I was so close to cancelling it. And I reckon if I cancelled my trip to India, I wouldn't be speaking to you guys right now. I would literally just be a nobody in Perth. And because in that trip to India, that first trip to India in Delhi, I fell in love with India. I set foot outside the airport, and I kid you not, there was literally like a pack of dogs running outside, and I thought, what the hell have I come to? And then we get on the local train into the city, and I'm staying, because I had no idea hotels or anything. I'm staying in, I think it was Paranganj or something, which is not the best area, but I was staying in Paranganj, and then I get outside, I get out of the train station, get into the rickshaw, and then one of the local guys, Chumbi's friends with us, and he's arguing over 20 rupees. No, you said 60 rupees, and now you're charging me 80. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I realised the conversion rate, they're arguing over 20 cents in Australian, and I'm like, oh my god. But I stayed in Paranganj, and that was my first ever time in India, to Delhi, to watch Australia versus India, and that, I know it's so cliche saying it, but that changed my life. It genuinely changed my life. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't go to India that one time. So, yeah, it's actually so weird how the world works and how it's brought me to where I am today, to be honest. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a backstory of my first time to India.
Delhi or Mumbai? Choose your words wisely.
Delhi or Mumbai? I've got a lot of friends in both cities, but one of my best mates lives in Mumbai, and he would absolutely kill me if I chose Delhi. So, but no, look, in all honesty, I love Mumbai.
Let's go. We're Mumbai boys. Just saying. Yes. It's a good answer. Right answer.
Mumbai, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, no, Mumbai over Delhi. I love Mumbai. I just love everything about it. I mean, I equally love Delhi, but at the same token, I reckon
you can't say I love Mumbai and then equally. No, you got to pick a side.
Well, Mumbai over Delhi.
That's it. That's all we wanted to hear.
So you spoke about your initial time in Delhi, was there an adjustment period for you, or did you just seamlessly fit in because of the love of cricket that people have over here?
So I arrived on the eve of the first test,
Mm-hmm.
and we went out to this bar, and I was quite innocent at the time. I would have been, well, what would have been? I would have been like 19, I reckon. Not saying I'm like 28 or whatever, but it was 2 years ago now, so I would have been 19 at the time. And it was the eve before the game, and we went out to this local bar, and I wouldn't say I fitted in really well because
Mm-hmm.
there was these two girls sitting at a table, and I had no idea how the culture, the nightclub culture works, and I thought they were just two girls, sitting there, having a drink together, and they were looking. They came over and spoke to me, and I go, "Oh, geez, these are actually really cute." And then my mate goes, "These people are employed by the pub to bring people in here," and I thought I was just like some hero, second hour in India, in Delhi, and I've almost pulled a girl. Here I am thinking. He goes, "Nah, they're employed by the pub to bring people in." But I mean, it was definitely an adjustment because Australia in general and India is completely different places, And I'd argue and say India's chaos, but it's organized chaos. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone has got a plan, etc. And it's little things in life in India which go a long way, which makes me extremely grateful for what I've got here because the locals over in Delhi, they don't have much. Let's be honest, there. They haven't got a lot of money, but it's just the simple things. They're just so happy with everything. They're so friendly. And in Australia, if I went up to someone and asked for directions, they'd be like, "What's this guy on? What are you talking about, mate?" But in India, they want to help and they want to have a chat. They'll smile at you and wave. Whereas if I did that in Australia, they'd label me on drugs or whatever. So, yeah.
Those people are also hired by the pub to give you directions, like the women you were talking to.
Everyone is hired to be
To be nice to the foreigners and take their money.
Yeah, I'd probably wait for a tip. Hopefully you'll try to get his wallet out and give me a couple of 100 rupees.
So you were comparing India and Australia, basically the culture, right? Let's compare the BBL to the IPL a little bit. Do you guys are as crazy about the BBL as we are about the IPL?
Oh, nowhere near. Like, the atmospheres are completely dead. And the atmosphere in the BBL was forced. Like, I know you've got people on the mics in India and stuff, but in the BBL, it's literally forced of making the crowd, get excited kind of thing. It's actually funny because I'm doing a little post-match segment for my local team, Perth Scorchers. So they didn't have a really good season this year. They're not going to make finals. So we've got a lot to digest with those fans on the weekend. But I mean, the crowds are really good, to be honest. Like this, I think it helps with the BGT series just happening, to be honest. I mean, but the atmospheres, don't even come close. Like in India, it's unreal, crazy atmosphere. But BBL, it's a little bit more calm. People just want to go watch the cricket, maybe have a few drinks, but a little bit.
You describe it like a test match. And it shouldn't be like that.
I'd argue and say the test match atmosphere, this BGT series, is better than the BBL.
We'll get to the BGT in a bit, but that was crazy too.
You'll never find Sam Curran in the stands of a BBL game. In India, you did.
I've got another story. Yeah, I was about to say that was Sam
Go
Curran
for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I was in Sydney for the BGT, and I thought no one would think. Because it was a Bharat Army cruise. I don't know, the India squad fan group.
Yeah.
And they had a cruise along the harbour and under the harbour bridge, Sydney Opera House, majestic at night. And I'm sitting down with one of my mates eating some food, and these guys come up to me and they go, "Sammy, geez, you must be getting tired. All these photos, mate. Can we just break it for a second? Can we just take it for a second?" I go, "Sam Curran." He goes, yeah. What are you doing out here? You're playing BBL. And then my mate goes, go along with it. And he goes, "Oh, what are you playing for?" Meanwhile, Sam Curran's in Dubai playing the league over there, and they're thinking Sam Curran's in Australia here. And I go, "Oh, I'm playing for the Sydney Sixers. My brother's playing for, I think it's the Melbourne Stars." And I thought, there's no way he thinks I'm Sam Curran, just chilling out on the couch of an Indian fan group. I was like, oh my god, it just gets better and better. I actually couldn't believe it. I was actually in shock. My mate goes, "Are they actually for real? Like, are they serious right now?"
Dude, that thing is...
one photo.
It's gonna help you so in so many ways in the future, I feel like you're going to get some luxury experiences with people just being like, oh, that's Sam Curran. We should totally let him in and just experience this
In clubs and
amazing
stuff?
thing. Yeah, in clubs and stuff, or anywhere
that's-
for that matter. Of fact.
Not in the future. That's already happened.
Oh yeah.
That has already happened. When I was in Chandigarh, so I went over and played a bit of cricket myself. Not a bad cricketer, anything like that. I'm in a little bit of a run drought at the moment, but form is temporary, class is permanent, as they say. But
Are you having some trouble with the off stump too?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's more the. I don't know. I am in. No, actually, I perform well on the weekend. So once I'm in a run drought, I reckon I'm coming out of it now. So this weekend runs are coming up. But back to the story. Otherwise, I'll just go on about my cricketing. In Chandigarh, so I went to a nightclub, and I was there for a cricketing tournament. So I'm with two quite big South African boys, Kill and Wuzzy. So shout out to them. And I was with them. We went to a club, and the guy comes out. So with our local Indian guy who was helping with the team, and he comes out. He goes, oh, the Indian guy goes, we've got Sam Curran here. And then next minute I know the owner of the club has come out and he showed a photo of Sam. Because we're in Chandigarh, mind you, which is like Punjab's home.
Yeah.
And he's shown a photo of me, Sam Curran. Sorry, not me. Sam Curran, his manager. I'm referring to myself as Sam Curran. Just getting over the top. But yeah, he showed a photo about, I'd say, 4 or 5 years ago of Sam Curran, his manager, Shikhar Dhawan, and I think it was Johnny Bairstow on the top level, and he goes, oh, do you remember this? And I'm like trying to not speak because I've got a thick Australian accent, and I'm like, yeah, no, I remember it. And we get into the club, we've got like these VIP seating right in the corner. I've got my own bouncer, like for the whole night, I have my own bouncer. We've gone onto the dance floor and he's cleared people out, and then people are coming up for photos. And then he's like pushing them away, no photos, because we said at the start, no photos. And he's like pushing people away who were trying to come up for photos, and he's clearing the whole dance floor. And then on the stage, this girl, and beautiful girl, mind you, she's a beautiful girl, and she's like waving and stuff, gorgeous. And I don't think she was employed by the club this time, well, I hope not. And then I remembered, I can't go up to her. Because Sam Curran's got a wife. What are they going to think?
Oh.
Sam Curran's coming in to cheat on his wife.
Imagine if you started that affair rumor.
That would
as
be
another
amazing.
person.
Put Sam Curran in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. So I'm living this double life, and then I'm completely, it can't click to me. Sam Curran's got a wife. I can't go around flirting with other girls.
Great guy though. Great guy. I wouldn't have done that. If I was you and I had that kind of power, I would abuse it.
What would you say? Act it out to the girl.
Hey, what's up? You want to see me bowling?
Want to see my action? But yeah, no, it's all over the Sam Curran treatment, and now it's a mixture of, hey, I watch your videos, hey, you look like Sam Curran. So as you could imagine, it's I haven't been back to India since I've really skyrocketed. So yeah, it's going to be pretty insane.
Look at him being humble.
Yeah.
Since I've skyrocketed.
Using another man's name.
So yeah, let's get to your experience in India. We're just going to be straight up and ask you your best experience. Which stadium has given you the best experience in India? And which match?
That's really, really tough. Really tough. Look, the proper answer would probably be Ahmedabad 2023 World Cup final.
Oh, you were there for it?
I was there for it, and
wow.
I mean that's
Cut his
one
line.
of the great.
Yeah, and the interview.
Pat Cummins.
No, Pat. We love Pat Cummins.
Oh,
yeah.
So do I. In more ways than one.
We dick ride him every chance we get, even though we're Indian fans.
Pat Cummins is, like I say, Pat Cummins is my god. Travis Head is my king. You know, it literally just goes that way for them too. But yeah, best experience in India and stadium. Oh, it's a really tough one. But I can't go past Ahmedabad 2023 World Cup final. You know, and there was only literally a handful of Aussies there, and I was lucky enough to be there with one of my mates, James Keating, Chumbies, the big bearded guy. Shout out to him again. My dad, which was unreal to watch Australia beat India in a 140,000 seat stadium. With him in there, and then another few of my mates as well there, which I'd met along the journey in India. I met so many people; it was actually amazing. But the atmosphere there, when Jasprit Bumrah got, I think it was Steve Smith. He got him LB.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard the roar that loud, and I thought, fuck, Australia is in big trouble here. And I thought we were absolutely gone. And I'm like, oh, jeez, I got the hand in my head. I'm copping it from all angles. People are yelling in my ears. And I thought, oh, jeez, it's going to be a horrible night here. I'll go, we're going to have to get out of here. Otherwise, we're probably going to get stampeded. But it turned out to be the opposite. You know, Travis Head, Marnus Labuschagne, I could never repay them. It was just absolutely unreal. And I'd never heard a big crowd go so silent, and it went silent big time, and it was just absolutely amazing. And I actually missed the first wicket of Australia's bowling innings because my dad hurt his knee. Someone came up and tried to get a photo with us, and he's just gone straight into Dad's knee, and it's just gone like that. Yeah, and Dad's gone. He was in pain, and then the poor guy, oh, sorry, and then he started crying and stuff, and then Dad felt really bad. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, geez. So Dad's knee was hurting, so I go, okay, I'll go get you a drink of water. So I went up, and I'm walking up the stairs. I'm getting booed, mind you, because I'm decked out in bloody all yellow. I've got yellow and green
as you should.
Yeah, I've got yellow and green. You get booed as I'm walking up the stairs like I'm some sort of player. I'm like, come on, seriously, guys, seriously. And I'm like, but I give it to him, so I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I missed the first wicket of Australia's innings because I had to get my dad a cup of water.
So when Travis Head was smashing us all over the park, what were you doing? Were you like celebrating in the silence in the stadium, or were you just trying to keep it under wraps?
Nah, look, we weren't. No way we were keeping it under wraps. No way. We were up and about something shocking. We were all the Aussie chants. We were actually in shock. Like I couldn't believe it. I go, oh my god, he's hit another six, and it was just so good. Aussie flags are going. I'm standing on the chairs, and when Australia was so close to win, us three took a selfie with the whole back of the stand or the bay, all decked out in blue, and you can just see the reactions of all those India fans. People are putting the fingers up and stuff at us, and then other ones going like that, and then like that to us, and then all different reactions in that, because we're like all smiles, tongues out and stuff. It was a great day, and then the after celebrations were just as good as well, to be honest.
You were lucky enough to make it out alive.
Well, we were actually we were not kept in the stadium, but we were allowed to stay in the stadium, and we were so lucky. Pat Cummins went all the way to the other side to the media centre for his post-match interview, and as he came back, he had the trophy in his hand, and there's literally, I think there was 10 of us waiting right near the dugout where they walk up that big corridor, and Paddy comes over. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Really appreciate it. Up the fucking Aussies. We go, yes, Paddy, up the Aussies. And then he took a selfie on my phone, literally this phone.
Hey.
Camera off. Pat Cummins has touched his phone, so I will never ever get rid of it. And he's taken a selfie with the trophy as well. And yeah,
Pat Cummins touched your phone and ruined the fucking sound of it. With all the echoes and shit. Move back to the IPL. You said you're a big Sunrisers Hyderabad fan. I know she has a cute owner and everything, the team. But why do you actually like the team?
Purely, well, no,
See, so you can't say an answer.
she's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But Travis and Paddy Cummins, when they got picked up by the Sunrisers, I couldn't believe those two were in the same IPL team together. And I thought, this is an opportunity too good to be missed. And one of my best mates in India, Rakshit, he supports the Sunrisers as well. And throughout the last IPL 2024, I travelled not to all Sunrisers games, but to a lot of Sunrisers games with him. We were over in RCB, giving it to the RCB fans, chanting for the Sunrisers. We were over in Chennai. He was sat next to me, supporting the Sunrisers. Over in Ahmedabad together, when it was Sunrisers versus, I think it was Rajasthan in the qualifier to get over to Chennai and the IPL finals. So, Sunrisers have got a very special place. I love Hyderabad as well as a city. I can't speak any Telugu.
We can't either. Don't worry.
Okay, so we're on the same part.
Yeah,
no worries. I feel good about myself then. But yeah, I love Sunrisers because the people associated with the team, Paddy Cummins, Travis Head, and also the city of Hyderabad. So
Is-
those are my 3 reasons.
Is SRH the biggest team in Australia? IPL team?
Oh, jeez, that's a tough one actually. I think
Because even
I think-
David Warner has a huge association with them, right?
Well, he does, yeah, and also Delhi Capitals.
Oh, yes.
That could be a question for me to ask on Saturday at the Scorchers game.
Nice.
IPL coming up. Who are you supporting? That's
Amazing.
Let me write that down. Yeah.
Don't copy our
no,
shit,
but
bro,
look-
please.
I actually think it could be Delhi, to be honest, because I know a lot of people in Adelaide. I did ask a few weird questions like that. I said it was Jasprit Bumrah's birthday. One message for Jasprit Bumrah. But I also asked about IPL, and Delhi was the most common one. So I'm going to go with Delhi, to be honest. I reckon Delhi's the most...
I wouldn't have guessed that just because...
They're a shit team.
Yeah, I guess
They've
Ricky
never won,
Ponting.
right?
I guess because of
Yeah.
Ricky Ponting being the coach. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake Frozen McGurk.
Yes.
Marsh as well. They've had a strong Australian resemblance.
Warner also
Maybe-
used to play.
Yeah,
for
Warner McGrath
Delhi.
back in the day.
Yeah. A lot of Australia, little resemblance. So maybe it might turn to Punjab now with Punter over there as coach, but
Mm-hmm.
who knows? It's a good question, actually. That's a really good question.
You started a chant very famous to us Indians in Dharamsala. What gave you that idea? And just for the listeners, we're just going to do it real quick. Bharat Mata Ki.
Jai!
Yay!
So that video went insane, right, for you? What made you think of that idea? And
It
who
made him
taught you
skyrocket.
that? Yeah, skyrocket.
Oh, yeah, that video went like proper viral.
Yeah.
Viral. And then, hey, at the end, the guy goes Australia Mataki, and then we go Jay. But, look, Dharamshala is a very quiet stadium, and I knew that chant because literally the first time in India, my mate did it, and I go, "What's he chanting? What does that even mean?" And he goes, "Oh, Bharat Mataki, they love it. They love it. The Indians, they'll go absolutely insane." And they go, "Oh, okay." So I knew he'd done it throughout the 2023 BGT series, and I go, you know what? I'm going to do it throughout the ODI World Cup, and it's ironic because the first time I did it was Australia versus Pakistan, where it was at ironic against Pakistan. It was at Chinnaswamy, so RCB's home ground. I did it there right as Australia were about to win because Pakistan actually put up a really good fight. And I did it there, and that crowd loved it. They go, "Oh my God, what's this white person doing chanting Bharat Mataki?" And like they were going off. And then, yeah, it came to Dharamshala. I was there by myself because my dad went home. I had a few mates scattered around the stadium here and there, but I was sat next to these Indian blokes, and they go, "You know what I should do? It's really, really quiet here. I should get the crowd going a little bit, shouldn't I?"
Let's
I go,
go.
"Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should." And I go, so I walk down the aisle and I go, "It's too quiet. It's too quiet." And then I do the Bharat Mataki. And oh my God, they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And at that time as well, it was I'm not even going to try and pronounce the festival's name, but it was the Jai Shri Ram festival.
Diwali?
Nah, not Diwali. It was some other one. I don't know where they burn the gods.
Navratri.
Navaratri. It might be that one. I don't know.
Or Dasara.
Was that during an
Dasara,
IPL
Dasara.
game or during an India match?
That was India game, right?
India match, right?
Yeah, Dasara, where they burnt the...
Yeah, Dasara.
Yeah.
Yeah, burnt the... I don't know. Someone went from Sri Lanka to India on the pathway. It's a little backstory, but... yeah, no, that was during that period as well. So I did Jai Shri Ram afterwards, and everyone went off.
Super
for that.
topical.
Jai Shri Ram. And it was, yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, I literally did that because it was so quiet, and that a few people recorded that video, and it went absolutely viral. And then right at the end, I'm like, oh, geez, I've got to finish this now. What do I do? And then someone finished it for me by saying Australia Mataki, Jay. So yeah, it
Amazing.
worked out really well. But it was really good because Manus Abhishek I saw him right in my video, which I watched later. He's fielding at fine leg, and he turns around wondering what the hell is going on in the crowd. What's this guy in the Australia suit chanting these slogans for?
What's Sam Curran
So-
chanting an Indian slogan for?
Chanting Bharat Mataki in an Australian suit. And then it's actually funny that you mentioned that Sam Curran chanting because a lot of Indian people went onto Sam Curran's Instagram. You can actually search it up. And chanted, "Thank you, Sam, for your love to India." Started writing Jai Shri Ram and stuff all like that under his post. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Sam Curran must be thinking, what the fuck are these people talking about?
Has he ever reached out to you regarding any
I
of
was
this?
No, he hasn't. He's had a little bit of a stalk on my Instagram a couple of times. I've seen him view my story a few times, so that's as far as we've gone. I would love
Sam,
to get
reach
a
out.
photo with Sam.
I think he needs to have the affair in Sam's name, so then he'll actually get his attention.
Oh, we need a photo. It needs to
happen,
It's
yeah,
all-
somehow.
You know, it's been too long in the making. It was almost going to happen by SG because that's who his bat sponsor is.
Mhm.
They wanted to do a meet-up between myself and him whilst I was in England, but that never eventuated. So, look, maybe we can pray. You know, CSK might want to get me and him a photo or whatever, and then maybe just ask MS Dhoni or something if I can get a quick selfie.
Maybe,
Yeah, let me just ask Dhoni.
Wishful thinking, I know, but
Yeah.
you gotta have dreams. So, yeah, that's basically the little bit of a backstory behind the Bharat Mataki and Dharamshala.
So since we're speaking to a super fan, there's a question about another super fan. I've seen pictures on your Instagram profile with Tendulkar superfan Sudhir Kumar Chaudhary. Now we as kids, we just have seen him on TV and he's kind of a mysterious figure for us. You've kind of hung out with him, taken a bunch of pictures with him. Like, what do you guys even talk about? How is he like? What's the entire experience?
Sudhir Bhai is just
Sudhir Bhai.
absolute legend. I spent the BGT series sitting next to him at every single game. That World Cup final was sitting next to him as well there.
Oh my God.
The first time I met him was actually at that Australia versus India because, once again, James Keating, like I owe everything because I worked hard myself, but a lot of things I owe to him because he took me under his wing, and he doesn't do content creation, but he knows the ropes around India, and he introduced me to all these figures, introduced me to Sudhir Bhai, and I mean, yeah, what do we talk about? Well, his English is very limited, so I've got to. Well, not
So
to
it's
be rude
just
or anything.
Bharat Mata ki,
Yeah.
Bharat Mata ki.
Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Pani Malega. And no, I speak like pidgin language to him. I go, hey, eating now, eating. Like those types of because his English is very limited, but he understands it. We have a lot of laughs together.
Nice.
Mind you, like a lot of laughs sitting there watching the cricket together. And no, he's literally a legend of the bloke. And you think selfies for me are bad? Well, gee, to see him in a cricket game, and because I remember, I think we were in Raipur, and he didn't want to take photos. He's absolutely knackered. And Sudhir, you can see the figure. He's not the fittest bloke going around. And I just remember him running because we had this motorbike. That was another video of me and him went viral. Sam Curran sitting on a motorbike, and then in the middle between Sudhir and this other guy, Yagesh, in Raipur, and he's got India flags on the little dashboard kind of thing. Sudhir's got his big India flag in the wind there, and I'm just going to people as they drive by. That's another video which went viral all over. I'm sitting there all decked out in yellow, but no, Sudhir is genuinely like one of the funniest guys you'll meet, and one thing he's very protective of, and this is a lot of people don't know, is his flag. You touch his flag or wave his flag, you're going to be on his hit list. You're going to be on his hit list. And I remember someone did it or whatever, and they're trying to take a selfie, and because whilst he's there for first ball of the game or first when India walk out, he waves that flag no matter what. There's no photos with him when that happens. There's no photos with him when India score a boundary, when they score a six. During the middle of the over, it's got to be at the end of the over.
Damn.
When India get a wicket, if you're trying to take a photo, he don't care. He's standing up, and like there was this time I think it was Trivandrum for the Australia vs India T20 after the World Cup, and this guy's come through, and he's put his phone right in front of Sudhir whilst he's waving the flag, and I just remember Sudhir's gone whack, like waving the flag, completely didn't even realise, but the phone's gone flying. And it's just gone onto the grass in front, and the security, and Sudhir's yelling, hey, during the game, no photos, you're waving flag, watch for boundary hit. And then the phone's gone flying over the bollard there, like, oh my God, because the netting is, and it's just sitting on the net, and the security refused to grab it.
Oh, man.
And the phone's just sitting there, but Sudhir's, he's there for every India training session, and it just stands out stands outside the fence, waving the flag the whole time. That's why, and it's always with his left arm. That's why his left arm's so much bigger than his right arm.
I haven't even
And-
seen that.
Yeah, because he wears his little suit, and he's got his India and his identification card. It's not Aadhaar card. It's the map of India on top of his head. He'll take his hat off when he meets people, and he'll put his head down. Like people go, "Oh my God, it's Sudhir!" Like that. That's how he identifies himself.
When are you applying for your Aadhaar card?
Hopefully soon. I'm hoping to trip over to India in the next 5 years. We'll say maybe find a wife there. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe one of those chicks from the pub. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, I'll take one or something. But
Virat Kohli moves to England. Sam Curran moves to India.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see Virat was going to England. And yeah, Sam Curran will go over to India and live over in Mumbai. Nice penthouse suite. That'd be nice.
So recently, one of your other videos, Fox Cricket actually covered it. It's the video where the guy who you're interviewing on the street, he criticized the entire Australian team during or after the first test during the BGT. And at the end, he just goes, "I'm English." And Fox Cricket covered that and everyone was dying laughing. How did it feel being on Fox Cricket during the BGT?
And making karaoke laugh. A legend.
The skull.
Yeah.
Legend. Brendan Julie, Michael Vaughan. I mean,
Yeah, just making them crack up like that.
English, so who cares about Vaughan?
He's English.
Yeah, who cares? Nah, look, when he was speaking, that guy in that video, I actually thought, geez, he's got a really strong English accent, but he's talking like he cares about the Australian cricket team. So I thought, maybe he's like an expat. He's moved over supporting the Australian cricket team. So I let him speak. And then at the end, he goes, and I go, "Do you worry about the future for Australian cricket?" He goes, "No, I'm English." And I go, "Oh, you're English." And then I'm like, "Oh my God." But yeah, that video went viral. Barmy Army picked it up. Richard Illingworth, one of the umpires, picked it up on his Twitter. And then when Fox Cricket, my mate sends it to me. He goes, "Oh, is this you?" And I go, "Oh my God!" Fox Cricket during the rain delay posted that video. Brendan Julian, and then Vaughanie goes right at the end. Yeah, he's correct and stuff. And it was actually surreal because that was like one of the first. That was the first day or whatever. Or I think first or second day when Australia got absolutely demolished in the battle. Geez, Australia's going to get done 5-0 here. And I was worried as well, to be honest. But I can see where he's coming from because Australia does have a very aging list. But, look, it was pretty surreal seeing one of my videos on Fox Cricket, I'm not going to lie. And, like, a lot of hard work goes into it. So it was, like, a pretty good reward if I'm completely honest.
So you brought up the BGT. What are your general feelings on it post the series? Were you happy with... I mean, of course, you said after the first test you were scared. I don't know why you were scared. I just thought that was a fluke on India's part.
You said it, but we were pretty confident.
Yeah,
I mean,
the rest...
We're going to win. We're going to make it a WTC. Fuck Australia.
Yeah,
everything. I was super confident.
It just seemed like our team was in a disarray apart from Jasprit, and it kind of played out in that fashion. What were the emotions back home in Australia?
Yeah, I think, look, this BGC series brought Australian cricket together. I've never seen crowds react that way. The atmosphere was just absolutely unreal, and it was just proper good Aussie crowds, having a beer with mates, enjoying themselves watching the cricket. And look, between Australia and India, don't get me wrong, there's banter, but it was like friendly banter at the end of the day. I mean, obviously there was a few here and there, but majority, they go, you know what? Yeah, we give each other shit in the stands and stuff, but it's different between Australia. Like, Australia and just England, I'll be completely honest, I cannot stand England. I hate the England cricket team. Everything they stand for, I just disregard. Even their fans as well. I don't want anything to do with them. But, yeah, back on subject. Before I just started going off.
Sam Curran.
Yeah, no, I'm going off track here. Yeah.
No,
look.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, look, Australia versus India, after the first episode, I was actually really worried because I thought, geez, Marnus Labuschagne has just played Virat Kohli back into form by gifting him a century, bowling half-trackers down leg. I thought, what the fuck is Australia doing?
He was just worried about getting the KMPH on the board, 130s, 135, 138. He kept looking on the board every time.
I was shocked. I was like, what are they thinking, bowling half-trackers to Virat Kohli? It's like they wanted him to have a century. I'd never seen anything like it. And then Starkey's just having the joke with Yashvi as well. Labuschagne and Smith laughing with each other at slips. I go, fuck, Australia's in big trouble here. We're going to get done 5-0. But no, look, to their credit, they turned it around big time in Adelaide. That first ball when Mitchie started, to the young fella in Yashvi Dry as well, absolutely unreal. And look, in Brisbane, I think it would have been a different story if it rained. I think the Test match would have been played a lot different.
Yeah.
Australia's second batting innings, I think they were just going for it to get some quick runs on the board because they had a huge collapse there. Let's be honest. But in Sydney as well, and Melbourne that last session. Oh my god, I thought draws on the money here, 100%. And then I see Australia got like 7 wickets or something in the last session, which
was disgusting.
Oh, well, how good was it? Seriously, how good was that? But no, Sydney as well. Australia just absolutely dominated. But a lot of people even Australia fans were saying, if Jasprit Bumrah was available that second innings, even halfway through the first innings he got taken off, would it be a different story? Who knows? Because Australia can only face what India put out there. But Bumrah,
I just think, I think it was bound to happen just because he was bowled into the ground. We had no one else.
Yeah. He was running to the ground big time because he was just bowling, bulk overs.
Yeah.
And India, and they relied on him. Let's be honest there. There's no sugarcoating it. They relied on him because without Bumrah, I think India would have been in a lot of trouble because he single-handedly carried that Indian bowling lineup. And look, with Siraj as well, I love the aggression and passion he brings onto the field, but you've got to look at the wickets who he gets, and it's all tail enders. Scotty Boland, Nathan Lyon, and Pat Cummins, and that really doesn't say anything. Travis Head absolutely made, Mohammad Siraj his bunny.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashing him. But, BGT was very interesting. I think it was the right result, 3-1 Australia, to be honest. I think India deserved that first test. Jasprit Drysdale batted absolutely superbly, especially after the first innings. And look, Bumrah as well in that second innings and I thought, Australia's in trouble here. And lo and behold, McSweeney gets out, Khawaja gets out, Labuschagne gets out. And I thought, that was bound to happen, especially Bumrah in the evening under the shadows. But BGT, unreal. I was extremely impressed in the end by Australia. They proved me wrong because I was a little bit nervous at the start. And now we're off to the WTC final against South Africa, where we get to verse the chokers in South Africa.
Y'all are going to win that too. It's South Africa. They're going to choke it all the way.
Africa, no chance.
30 and 30 balls we watched live in a T20 World Cup final, and they blew it. So it was great for India, but chokers. Big chokers.
On the BGT itself, the most controversial moment was Kohli bumping into Konstas. So as an Australian, what's your take on that? Did that change an Australian's perception on Kohli, or was it just it's a game, it's a part of a game?
Honest truth, I think a lot of people thought Virat Kohli was a bit of a wanker doing that to a 19-year-old.
How dare you? How dare you? You're not welcome back in India ever again.
Don't give him his Aadhaar card.
Yeah, Aadhaar card is taken.
I'm telling all the women in India to stay away from Sam Curran.
He is not Sam Curran.
Lee's a live stream. Nah, look, I think a lot of people in Australia thought Virat Kohli was a wanker, and that's just the truth. 19-year-old kid, he's ventured off his line, but the same token, I think Virat Kohli knew it was his last BGT, and potentially, I don't know if he's going to retire from Test cricket just yet, but he knew it was his last BGT in Australia, so he thought, fuck it, I can do what I want. And Virat Kohli did do what he wanted, didn't he? And look, it created atmosphere. I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest, because it created theatre on and off the pitch, in the stands as well, between Australia versus India. And then, Sammy Constas ramping Jasprit Bumrah, and I think he's living out my dream at the moment. I would absolutely kill to be playing on Boxing Day, representing the coat of arms for Australia and facing the likes of Jasprit Bumrah. And then now he's gonna have the best life. He's going off to Sri Lanka soon. And then
but instead you're in the stands chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
yeah, Bharat Mata Ki, and I'm getting recognised with Sam Curran and stuff at a Chennai game. So compare the lives. But no, it did create theatre for the rest of the BGT series. And then Sammy Constas, look, he's a 19-year-old kid. He hasn't really proven himself just yet. And then in the Sydney test, he starts giving it to Jasprit Bumrah. And I thought, Sammy, just shut your fucking mouth and focus, mate. But no, he created good theatre, Virat Kohli and Sammy Constas, to say the least. Let's be honest there.
So besides that one century that Kohli hit, he was pretty awful the rest of the series. What went wrong with that? Yeah. What went wrong with him? Like, why is he playing the same shot over and over again and getting out like that?
We're only asking you this because you said you yourself are in a run drought. Maybe you could give him some advice to fix what.
Yeah, look, Virat, head still, bit of feet movement wouldn't hurt. You're always chasing that one off fifth stump on the offside. I don't understand what it is about it, but no, look, Virat, unreal cricketer. He's done so much for Indian cricket, but you've got to know when your time's up, and I think the same could be said to Rohit Sharma. It's like
100%. Couldn't agree more about Rohit Sharma, not Virat Kohli.
Yeah, it's like the same with Virat. I know he got that century in Perth, but he really did nothing after that. I think like 50 or something.
Even the 100 was pretty. It was not the most convincing 100.
No, it wasn't. When you're copping half trackers by Marnus Savage down leg, I think I could probably score a century. So Virat. Look, thank you for everything you've done, but I think age is finally catching up to him. He's not as quick with his reflexes as he once was. I mean, in the slips chord, he's unreal catching. He doesn't drop them. But batting wise, he is a little bit subpar. He's not the batter he once was back in his day. Let's be honest, right there. But Virat is a class player. There's no denying it from an Australian fan's point of view as well. But I think you've got to know when your time's up, and I think Virat's nearing the end of his time, to be honest.
So, just talking about greats in itself, give us your top 5 Aussie cricketers of all time.
Oh, jeez, okay. That's very tough. Number 1, I'm going to go Sir Donald Bradman.
Okay.
I don't think you can go past the Don. Well, I think he passed away, unfortunately, just before I was born, but I've seen highlights of him. I know how good he was. So, he's probably my all-time number 1 Australian cricketer. Number 2, I'd go Ricky Ponting. He led Australia to 3 World Cup wins or something like that. Something ridiculous. And he was just his passion on the field, off the field. I think that he's an all-time Australian great right there. Everything he does, his cricket knowledge as well. He's not just great at cricket.
Dude, him on the comm box. There's so many instances where he calls what's going to happen in the next ball. He's like, I feel a wicket coming. He's going to bowl short and he'll get a wicket. And it happens.
His analysis is something else. Like, it is genuinely something else. So, yeah, he's number 2 for me. Number 3, that's really, really tough. I'd actually go Steve Smith. We're going batsman at the moment, aren't we? So I need to chuck a few bowlers in. But, Steve Smith at number 3. Once he retires, it will be a sad, sad day for Australian cricket. Look, he scored a century against my team, the Perth Scorchers, recently in the BBL, and then he scored a 50 tonight against the Strikers. So
damn.
T20-wise, I think Champions Trophy, be very, very scared because Smudge is back in form, if I might.
And it's all because of India.
India, yeah, we bowled him back.
Yeah, you can thank Mohammad Siraj for that. But, Smudge at number 3. Bowling-wise, I'm going to go number 4. Bowling-wise, I'd say Glenn McGrath. I think you can't really go wrong with him. And look, everything. And it's not just his cricketing, Pink Stump State, the Jan McGrath Foundation. That is one of the best days in the Australian calendar for breast cancer.
Can you just explain to our listeners what that day is, how it came into being, and what it represents? Just the Indian listeners.
Yeah, breast cancer is, obviously a very strong issue here in Australia. Women are obviously encouraged to go get themselves checked, and men as well. But McGrath started that foundation, and it was the Jane McGrath Foundation, and it's a cause close to Glenn's heart, big time. And on the 3rd day of the SCG test, the public as well, not just the Australian fans, but whoever were in India, England, whatever, they're encouraged to dress up in pink. Hence why I had a Rajasthan Royals top on that day.
I remember that.
Not just because I'm a Rajasthan fan, but no, because it's pink day, and you see everyone's wearing, pink turbans. The Bharat Army, they had their own pink shirts, and it's a really, really good day. And I think over $350,000 seats were, so you can buy virtual seats to be like you're there. And 350,000 virtual seats were sold for that, and that surpassed their target. And I think it's like over $3-4 million was raised for the Jan McGrath Foundation. So it's a really, really big foundation here in Australia, and it's a really, really good cause for breast cancer, raising awareness for that. So, back to the
Amazing.
back to the-
Thank you so
that's
much
incredible.
for that.
Yeah.
But it's really good what Gun McGrath does. So he's number 4, and then number 5. Oh, that's is really, really tough. Wouldn't say he's an all-time great for Australian, but I'm gonna go Adam Gilchrist. He's, when Australia were in trouble, he'd come in at number 7. It was like having another opener in there, and he'd score runs. And
That batting order was insane.
Oh,
Dude.
exactly, insane.
Who said Sehwag or someone said he's like 6 wicket to ho gaya abhi 17 pe Gilly aayega eventually.
Yeah, it was basically one
He
great
did
after the other. It's like there's a 6th wicket, and now on the 7th wicket, it's Gilchrist. Like, when is this lineup ever going to get weaker or over?
Exactly right. Gilly was like literally it's 7. He comes in at number 7, and he's like a number 3 batsman. So Gilly in itself and his keeping, I've missed Shane Warne. Jeez, that's bad for me. Just thought of that then. I was thinking, no, never mind.
Shane Warne, Gilly, Matthew Hayden. Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins.
Travis Head.
Pat Cummins. Travis Head. What am I doing? Can we go like top 20 Australian? Continue talking
Just
about it,
list them all.
yeah, every Australian cricketer played. Nathan Horrocks, Chris Rogers. No. What's called Gilly at number 5, keeping as well, and his chirp behind the stumps. That in itself gets him to number 5. So that's my top 5 all Australians, and I think it's a pretty good list, healthy list as well.
Yeah, pretty balanced.
Solid.
1 keeper, 1 bowler, 3 batsmen, pretty balanced.
How about the Indians? Who are your top 5 greatest Indian cricket players of all time?
Oh, number 1, you can't go past, and I think you guys know what I'm going to say.
Sachin?
The god of cricket.
Yeah.
The god of cricket. You can't go past Sachin Tendulkar. The Legends League's coming up, so I'm planning to go over for that to India because obviously I was a little bit young at that time, so I really can't remember watching Sachin play. So I really want to get over and watch Sachin live as well in Mumbai. So I'm planning to come over that. So he's got to be number 1. God of cricket, you can't go wrong. Number 2, I wouldn't say top 5 greatest Indian players, but I really love Cheslaw Pujara.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a wow. Gee, really, Cheslaw Pujara?
No, I just want to see some padding in Test cricket is what I've been calling for. I just want them to block it with their legs again and again. That's proper Test cricket that we've been missing. So I totally agree with that take.
Yeah, Cheslaw Pujara at number 2. I could just sit and watch him bat the whole day. He was unreal in that BGT series. And look, the recent BGT series, I actually wish he played. And I think India could have done with
So do we.
And even him and Ajinkya Rahane, I mean, maybe not Rahane, but Cheslaw Pujara 100% should have been in that side. I know he's getting a little bit on the old age, but he's Test batting. He's the last Test batsman, in my opinion, of his kind, where he'll just block it out. And he mentally, he drained Australia, that BGT series, at the Gabba, all those, and the SCG, he drained Australia. He mentally as well, the way he batted, he just batted all day. So he's number 2. Number 3, I'll probably go Rohit Sharma. I think Rohit, Mumbai boy.
Mumbai Cha Raja.
Rohit Sharma. Yeah, so the king of Mumbai. I'd probably go him as number 3. Watching him, T20 as well, he just finds a way. Like in Australia versus India in the Caribbean at St. Lucia, him against Mitchell Stark. I'll never forget Mitchell Stark for that over. That was absolutely pathetic. But Rohit Sharma just got on top of him big time there, and that was insane to watch. So, he's number 3. Number 4, I'd say, I think you can't go past MS Dhoni. I think MS Tala for a reason. Number 7, number 7. But Tala, I think he's one of India's all-time greats in everything, not just cricket, but like his persona as well.
I just love that you're calling him Thala too. It's just
Tala.
Bro, he has an Aadhaar card
Tala's
soon.
hair, in the wind, he actually looks like a prince. You know, in the wind when he's running back, and it's just free flowing. It's like it genuinely turns me on. It's crazy. But yeah, Tala's number 4, and then number 5, I'll probably go. I'd like to say Virat Kohli, but maybe not after the BGT series. So we might give
Once again, a
this
very well-balanced team with batsmen,
very well,
bowlers.
batsman, keeper. So I better do a bowler now. I like
Siraj.
Siraj. No, not Siraj.
Ishant Sharma after that his
Ishant-
first series in Australia.
Yeah, I liked him, and he played for Delhi Capitals as well, a few games for them. So no, I liked him. But probably Jasprit Bumrah. I know it's all modern day,
Easy.
mostly modern cricketers there. Jasprit Bumrah, one of the enough said number 1 bowler in the world for a reason. So, and I've met Jasprit Bumrah, and I can say he's an absolute dead set legend of a guy. One of the nicest blokes you'll come across. So Jasprit Bumrah's number 5 right there.
When did you meet Bumrah?
I met Jasprit Bumrah. Where was I? It was in Miami, and that was for the T20 World Cup where he did an ad shoot. Yeah, so I was actually featured in the ad. Well, not ad shoot, but a little promo video. NFL. I don't know if you've seen the video.
With
NFL
Micah
cross
Parsons?
IPL with Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
and
it's a
there's
great
little bit
video.
of there's a snippet of me in there. And
Oh,
I'm
I thought it
out
was
the
Sam
boundary.
Curran. Shit.
Well, there's a snippet of me out there where Micah Parsons is hitting the ball, and I'm out in the back, and I did a really, really good catch. So, and Micah Parsons goes, "Who is this guy out there?" Because they missed a one-hander catch, which I taught.
Damn.
Missed it. So, yeah, I was a little bit gutted over that. But not
How
much
big is
of a
Micah Parsons in
He's
real
He's a
life?
pretty big ball. I think he's my height, actually.
No, but
I'd say
like
he's my-
size-wise, he's wide.
Oh, size-wise, he's huge. Yeah, jeez, he's huge. I mean, I'm a pretty tall guy, but yeah, no, Micah Parsons. We're on height. We're on par. So we'll
Okay.
say we're equal on that. Weight-wise, yeah, he's probably twice my size in terms of muscle. Yeah, I'm actually taller than Jasprit Bumrah as well. So it's a little fun fact right there because Jassy Bai looks really tall.
Put that on your Tinder
tall.
profile. Bigger than Micah Parsons and Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah, I'm taller than both. So, nah, yeah, that was Jasprit Bumrah's number 5 when we go there.
It's just unbelievable that Micah Parsons is younger than us. Like, I've just seen a picture of him.
Us, not him.
Yeah, us.
Not he's
How old is he?
21.
He's 25 and we're 26. And
Wow.
that just makes no sense.
His
That doesn't
his
make-
neck is bigger than both my arms combined. It's just
Bigger than
insane.
both my legs combined.
Yeah, well, I reckon, yeah, his like index finger is bigger than my arm. Don't worry.
There's a couple more questions before we go. What are your predictions for the 2025 Champions Trophy starting in February?
Ooh, I think it's going to be a very interesting Champions Trophy. I'd love to go over for it, but I'm not 100% converted on the safety around Pakistan.
Go to Dubai, watch India play.
Yeah, maybe. Well, hopefully semi-finals there. But it's a long way from Australia, and for only a few select games, I'm thinking of putting all my eggs in the IPL basket. So I don't know yet. But back to the predictions. I think, looking on it, I'm actually going to go a smoky, and I reckon New Zealand are a very good chance. And
Wow.
obviously Australia got a very strong side, but our younger brothers across the ditch, I reckon the Kiwis I reckon they've got a really strong side, to be honest. And look, India, I've heard Jasprit Bumrah's injured, so you guys. I
Oh, we
reckon
are
you
so
might-
fucked. We are so
you
fucked.
guys are chasing totals of like 400 plus, I reckon.
Yeah. And our
But
batting
back
lineup is not. We haven't even figured that out. So
That was test, bro. We'll be fine.
who's
You
gonna
have-
bat?
you
I don't know who's gonna open. Rohit is gonna open and shit the bed. Did you see that video of him just running in Bandra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kohli's going to go on the third slip, so you're
That's
on top
done.
there.
Yeah, 2 wickets
Yeah.
there, done. Rishabh
Bro-
Pant is gonna get excited and just ramp it up to
Do a
third
ramp
man or
top.
something.
He'll do a ramp shot,
Stupid,
get caught by third
stupid,
man,
stupid.
and then Border Gavaskar will go absolutely off it. So yeah, that's probably the little storyline for India there. But no, Australia, New Zealand. I mean, look, I know it's going to be biased if I just say Australia's going to absolutely rope it in, which we will obviously. But No, look, I think New Zealand have got a very strong chance. Australia's side is equally good, like strong selections. Most of our, I think, except minus Micah, most of our T23 ODI World Cup squads together. So, yeah, look, between Australia and New Zealand, I'm not going to say Australia straight up because I don't want to sound biased, even though Australia will win. But, yeah, it's between Australia and New Zealand for me.
You said you hate England cricket and their fans and everything, and now you're picking the Kiwis to win this. How pissed were you when that World Cup incident happened on the very last ball with Ben Stokes, and then they went for the super over, and then they won on boundaries? Was that the worst fucking World Cup win ever?
Spirit of the game. Totally in the spirit of the game.
And then the Poms complain about the Aussies not playing. Oh, sandpaper. It's like, you know.
Dude, when the Alex Carey Bairstow incident happened,
that was just what I was about to
It was
mention.
awesome.
It was amazing. That's exactly what should happen. Those are the rules of cricket. Like, if you're out of the crease, fuck the other guy, get him out.
Hit every monk card, bro.
So what are you doing? Just going for a fucking walk out of your crease?
Exactly.
Stay in your crease, you dickhead. No, sorry, John. But it just goes out of his crease, and then it's like, and then the England fans are complaining, just like, you fucking morons, you wrote the rules of cricket, and you're complaining, you idiots. Like, seriously, what are you doing? But yeah, no, that like changed the hatred level from Australia and England to there to like up there. It was that was I would have loved to have been at Lords that day, to be honest, because I reckon I would have got into a few punch ups between the England fans. And that's putting it lightly, to be honest, because like the England fans, it's not like Indian fans, you know, where it's good banter, and at the end of the day, you know, you can go up and give a high five or whatever. The England fans are absolutely relentless. Trust me, when I was there over in England, I'd love to give it, but the England fans are like they get personal with you. Like, you've got to have thick skin to be like an Australian fan there, because equally they hate Australia in everything that we do sport wise, and just I think as a country as a whole, to be honest. And like but like, you know, down under here, we hate England as well. So this Ashes series coming up at the end of the year is going to be fiery, to say the least. Fiery. And I'm going to be at the top of my game, giving it to every single England fan I see.
Can't wait for those videos to come out. You should have some shit talking cam, like just focused on you, just giving it back and forth.
Hey guys, England sucks.
Last question. This is a question you ask everyone. How good is cricket?
How good is cricket? I think cricket at the moment in all formats, Test cricket, ODI, T20, is just unreal, and cricket has changed my life. If you told me that I'd be doing guest on podcast kind of thing 2 years ago, I would have just been like, what is this person on? Like, what are you talking about? If you told me I'd be walking around with a microphone in India or England or even Dubai asking questions to people 2 years ago, I would have been like, But cricket as a whole has changed my life in more ways than one. It's made me connect with so many new people, make so many new friends, and something I'm incredibly grateful for, especially the opportunities which have arisen to me. I'm very lucky back home. I've got a very supportive family. I mean, I don't even know if my parents even watch my videos, so they go, oh, gee, you posted one, nice, oh, cool, we don't care. They just want to get back and watch their TV show. But my family are very supportive. But yeah, cricket as a whole is just the best sport in the world, in my opinion. It creates like friendships, you know, between myself and you guys now. Good banter, lots of good memories as well, and more importantly, just having fun watching the cricket, which has inspired me to create and, you know, do what I do. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much, Jake. I think that was the last question. Thank you so much for your time. I know we had a lot of technical difficulties in the start. So thank you so much for being patient with us. When you're back in Mumbai, come hang out with us. Come in for a studio episode. Let's go out for some beers. Let's hang out. I think we'll have some good time. And we'll bowl some balls to you and probably try to fix your run drought maybe.
Yeah, no, look, I'll back myself against you boys.
No. Not against me. Maybe him, not against me.
I don't know. I'm back in form now, so watch it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's what we said when Kohli hit a century as well, okay? So it doesn't matter.
Then look what happened the rest of the series.
Yeah, but come back on again for sure. We had a lovely time talking to you. This has been very insightful, just asking you these questions, and your stories have been truly, truly amazing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. It's my privilege, and I love what you guys do. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. One last time. Bharat Mata ki.
Jay.